A while back, I got a fairly long comment from one of you guys. Unfortunately, he was impacted by the pandemic and was considering a career transition into IT. However, some of his concerns were... What's up, builders? Welcome back. Today, I want to share some tips for those of you who might be considering a change of career path into technology and help answering some questions brought up by one of you guys. For those who don't know me, hey, I'm Yan Chen. I've been a software engineer for more than 5 years now, and in this channel, I love to talk about tech. That includes in-depth technical tutorials, such as how to use certain AWS features, or just my experiences living in the US as a software engineer. The goal of this channel is to share my passion about technology, and hopefully together we can use it to make this world a better place. But first, let's roll the intro. A while back, I got a fairly long comment from one of you guys. Unfortunately, he was impacted by the pandemic and was considering a career transition into IT. However, some of his concerns were non-technical educational background, age discrimination during hiring, and probably to him, most importantly, which AWS certificates to get so that he can be qualified for IT jobs. You might be surprised by the answer, so be sure to watch the whole video, or, well, if you're really in a hurry, check the chapters down below in the description. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's go through them one by one. One of the concerns brought up by this builder was his non-technical educational background. Specifically, he was curious on how IT companies feel about a candidate who did not major in computer science or a related engineering field. Well, even though I cannot speak on behalf of all the IT companies in the world, I do have some experiences reviewing resumes for my employer, Amazon. And to be honest, educational background is probably one of the least useful criteria when it comes to evaluating a candidate. Why? Because most candidates' educational background tells me nothing, even those who major in relevant fields. Imagine you or me. Can you really tell whether a candidate is going to be a good engineer or even a good teammate just by looking at his or her degree? Probably not, right? And quite often, the grades for similar courses across two schools are not that really comparable anyway, due to differences in curriculum or who gave the lecture, etc. However, I'll be really interested if you have relevant coding projects, either personal or done in school, it doesn't matter. And it'll be even better if your resume actually links to those more detail, such as a GitHub repository that I can explore. In addition, one of the keys to a successful interview is being able to answer in-depth technical questions related to your projects. So be really selective when it comes to choosing which project to include on your resume, as like you're trying to pick an outfit for your first date. You probably don't want to just put on everything that's in your closet, right? Just to give you an example, one of the personal projects that I put on my first ever resume was a Python tool that reposts all my Google Plus activities onto Facebook. And I did it because all my friends were, and I guess still are, on Facebook. But I wanted to try out Google Plus without leaving all my friends behind. See? You don't need to do something groundbreaking. A simple tool that solves a simple problem can also showcase your passion about technology, especially for junior software openings, which we expect you to learn and grow on the job. First of all, it's actually illegal in the US to discriminate against candidates over a certain age. Secondly, I cannot speak for other employers, but at least for Amazon, interviewers are explicitly instructed to ignore certain personal traits when it comes to making hiring decisions. And that includes age, sexual orientation, religions, etc. In fact, we're actually told to politely remind the candidate whenever he or she offers this kind of information voluntarily. Just remember, everyone has a different starting point, and as an interviewer, I prefer to evaluate candidates based on whether he or she has enough technical expertise to handle and continue growing for a particular opening. Short answer, it's not strictly necessary unless the job description actually says so. And it might even be a pretty bad investment for your time, especially for those of you who are just starting to consider a career change into IT. The reason is very simple. Many of these certification exams offered by certain vendors are designed for a very niche subfield within the technology industry, such as databases or DevOps. They're intended to test your knowledge on how to solve a particular set of problems using the technologies offered by that vendor. However, if you're new to the field, directly studying for these certifications can be really overwhelming and confusing because you don't have the basic knowledge yet to recognize common problems and to even appreciate how these problems were solved the way they were by these technology companies. Consequently, you will probably just end up memorizing the information from the material. Where are you at in the journey of changing your career? Share it in the comment section down below. I would love to know. For those who are seriously considering a career change into the tech industry, I would strongly suggest to start from the basics. Learn the programming language properly by using many of the free online websites such as Coursera or edX. All links down below in the description. In fact, you can actually experience roughly the same curriculum offered by many world-class universities on these websites. And as a bonus, many of these classes actually contain milestone projects so that you can apply what you just learned and then showcase the finished product to interviewers like me. Once you get past the point of learning a language and writing programs for just one computer, you can then graduate to learn more about networking and how to write bigger programs that involve more than one computer. Again, lots of these resources are all available on the free websites that I just mentioned earlier. After that, you'll be ready to really understand what problems these so-called cloud providers can help you solve and why they offer the services the way they are. As you grow and continue to explore, you might discover certain area of interest. Don't be afraid. You're well prepared to dive deeper into the world of software. In summary, when switching career into the tech industry, it is okay for you to have a non-technical educational background. It is again okay for you to not be fresh out of school. In fact, you're not even required to major in a relevant field or even go to college. What we care about as interviewers is you being able to demonstrate your technical expertise and you can succeed at the opening you're applying to. Finally, please start from the basics, especially with all these free online world-class resources at your fingertip. It will go a long way, trust me. Thanks for watching. I post a new video weekly, so if you find today's content helpful or you have any questions, drop a comment below. And before you leave, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Have a good one, builders. 我们下次见。